Hello, world and universe. Welcome to the Trevor Donald Experience. Manifest your truth. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. And for all my continued followers, I want to say thank you. And this is an opinion-based video channel where I try to open your eyes and ears up to some of the travails and tribulations that take place throughout our cities, our states, our country, and sometimes around the world. And I got one for you that's straight out of St. Louis, Missouri, and is associated with Washington University's medical school and center. And what this large university, one of the more famous intellectual institutions in our country, which has all the services, Washington University undergrad, Washington University Med School, Law School, Business Schools, an innumerable amount of PhD programs. And of course, it's associated with BJC Medical Center, Barnes Jewish Hospital, Children's Hospital, which are internationally known as some of the most prestigious medical centers in our country. And when you think about going to a hospital, you think about making sure that you have great doctors that are going to take care of you, but you also are very concerned, or you're thinking about how clean the place is. Cleanliness has everything to do. Supposedly one of the safest places to be is at a hospital, with sterilization, with the cleanliness of the facility. And so you would think, not only do you want great medical staff, medical doctors, nurses, administrators, you would also want to have a great janitorial service. Well, the days of working for one company and one corporation for 30 or 40 years, those days are over. And even though I'm talking about WashU Medical School, it is still a corporation. All of these universities throughout our country are here to make money. Sometimes it's profit over people, with the rate that tuition is skyrocketing. Because, for example, at WashU, for WashU's medical school, the tuition is $67,295,000 a year. $67,000. Washington University has an endowment of $8.1 billion. So it has one of the richest endowments. It is a very prestigious institution. And with all of that money, you would think, why would WashU want to get rid of 17 of their union janitorial workers? And this has been an issue where they have fired and released 17 union janitorial workers, and they're going to non-union janitorial services to cut cost. Really. And this makes people in the middle class and lower middle class very disheartened by America's corporate greed. This is a clear example. So just when you think that this has nothing to do with you, or it couldn't happen to you, if Washington University's medical center is getting rid of the janitorial service, what do they care about the people that are helping that institution be first grade, state of the art, clean place to provide services to its people? Evidently, WashU doesn't care. So let's go. Washington University Medical Center. Janitors urge university leaders to save union jobs in a last-minute appeal. Washington University Medical Center janitors, represented by SIEU Local 1, were joined by community allies at a press conference back in September 26 in a last-minute appeal to urge the university to protect their strong union jobs. The 17 workers, only 17, who have over 90 years combined experience, were set to lose their jobs on October 1st, as of Labor Tribune press time. That's when a non-union company with an opportunistic franchise model and a history of eliminating sustainable jobs for working families in St. Louis was set to take over. Additionally, the university is going against its own retention policy that is put in place to protect working families. Local 1 members in the community have been working diligently to fight against this sudden change that will dramatically impact their lives. 2 weeks ago, Janitors united and delivered a letter to the university leadership urging them to hire a responsible union contractor that values working families. So they say they need to do the right thing. Chris Rock, SEIU Local 1 Director of Missouri and Southern Illinois, said the Local 1 members have given almost a century of combined service to ensure students, patients, faculty, and visitors feel they are in a clean and respectable institution. It is a shame that these same people who gave so much now have to worry about their ability to provide for their families on such a short notice, Rock said. SEIU Local 1 urges the university leadership to do the right thing. Value working families by retaining these strong union jobs that keep your facilities and buildings clean and operating. So he says, show us the respect we've earned. Local 1 member China Richards said the workers have dedicated years of service to the university, and it was shocking to see how little they value essential workers by putting their jobs and livelihoods at risk, all for the mighty dollar. We hope that university leadership can take a step back and show us the respect we've earned and deserved instead of treating us as disposable humans, said Richards, a janitor at Washington University for 9 years. What is a negative impact? This has negatively impacted St. Louis working families. Local 1 member Stephanie Kuntz, a janitor at the university for 8 years, said when institutions like Washington University make decisions that result in good jobs being eliminated from the local economy, families across St. Louis suffer as a result. Washington University is meant to be a leader in the St. Louis community, and it's unfortunate that they instead are negatively impacting St. Louis working families with this decision, this monetary decision, a decision that will hurt generations to come, Kuntz said. And so now they talk about retain a responsible union contractor. Well, even the mayor's office got involved. Jared Boyd, chief of staff to St. Louis Mayor Tashara Jones, said Washington University is a staple of the St. Louis community and has a history of providing St. Louis families with opportunity, which is why it is saddening to see these recent developments. I urge the dean and executive vice chancellor of the medical school and chancellor of Washington University to look into this matter and retain a responsible union contractor that will continue to employ these essential workers with pay and respect they deserve. Even Lucas Kuntz, who is a Missouri Democrat candidate for the U.S. Senate at the time, joined the rally and said it's not right for working people with years of service to lose their jobs all at once, especially since the university has a retention policy that's intended to protect them. This is hypocritical in and of itself. This is big corporate greed versus the little person. They deserve better, said Kuntz, who has been endorsed by the Missouri AFL-CIO. Missouri's working families deserve good paying jobs that include job security and respect. He goes on to say, and I urge the Board of Trustees to take a look into the decision to contract services with a non-union cleaning company that lowers standards for working people in Missouri. So this is all about pay for play, in a sense that you're talking about a medical facility. You're talking about a top 20 medical school and medical institution that's aligned with BJC, Barnes Jewish Hospital, that I think is at one time was the number one employer of for people employed in the city of St. Louis. They were number one. highest rate of employment of any company in the city of St. Louis, and they still may be. So you're talking thousands of individuals that work at BJC, which is affiliated with Washington University. It's like its own little city. They provide great medical care. They're internationally known as one of the best hospitals and most prestigious places in the country, and they are doing wonderful things. However, what does it say? The medical school is a place for helping and healing of patients and individuals that come there, but they're not helping and healing the individuals that work for them. And you're talking about the lowest people on the totem pole, the janitorial group. They're the lowest paid, lowest respected. However, they provide one of the greatest services. You need a clean environment at your hospital. People are coming in there with all kinds of infections, emergency room where there's blood, people have gotten shot, people are coughing, people have infectious diseases. You would want to have your janitorial and your cleaning service to be at the top of your paradigm for most important departments at your medical center. Yes, you need neurosurgery, you need cardiovascular surgery, you need all the ancillary subspecialties in medicine, and you want them to be at the highest standard. But you also want your janitorial, your cleaning department to be of the highest standard, and they should be paid at an equitable rate. And they were protected by the union. But what does WashU say? As I said, Washington University, the overall university has the college has an $8.1 billion endowment. Billion with a B, not an M. Tuition at the medical school is over $67,000 a year. And Washington University and the chancellor and the administrators are worried about how much money they are paying and or could save by getting rid of 17 union working janitors. And just when you think and listening to this story that this is not applicable to you, if you get hurt or injured and end up at WashU at the hospital and they don't have the appropriate or top tier janitorial cleaning services, you can go to the hospital and end up leaving with an infection. Or you could be there and your scenario that brought you there could end up being even worse. You need clean bathrooms, you need clean floors, you need the walls to be clean. You need all kind of sanitary measures that need to be taken place in order for it to be one of the safest environments that you could walk into. Yes, when you walk outside the door, there are all kind of environmental elements that could present a harbinger to your health and welfare. But when you go to a hospital, you want it to be a safe haven of environmental hazards and cleanliness. Why in the world is WashU, the medical center, and its administrators trying to get rid of 17 union janitors and wanting to go to a non-union form to save money? I think this is greed at its highest level, and not caring about the little person that does a big job is very important in today's society. Tell me what you think about this story about WashU's medical center that's trying to get rid of their 17 union janitors to save money. This has been the Trevor Donald Experience.